Roger, thank you for coming. Wasn't it fun in the traffic? I know you were, just like I was.
5:10 was a reasonable time to leave the 83.
One would think. No. When I came by where the road is blocked up there at mile marker 90, I'm looking at this thinking, why did you even expand it to 2 lanes for 200 feet?
Yeah.
Just leave it at 1 foot.
It don't make any sense.
I'm sure there's some logic to it, but it would fail my test. So, all right, let's go ahead and call the meeting together. 5 o'clock. Not bad. 5:31. Welcome to the February 23rd, 2026 meeting of the local planning agency of the Village of Islamorada. I would appreciate it if Angie would take a roll call, please, ma'am.
Greg Dully,
Here.
Corey Abel,
Here.
Roger Young,
Here.
James Ryan,
Here.
Tony Hammond,
Here.
Lori Lalonde,
Present.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Okay, we've had the roll call through Pledge of Allegiance. Order, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Do I have any requests from the planning department or for any members of the LPA for any deletions or additions to tonight's agenda? Speak now, forever hold your peace. Hearing none, moving on. I'm going to ask for the planning director and or the village manager, who I don't see, to make their comments for the evening, please.
So I just have one announcement, and I have Daniel Parabach with me today. Many of you may know Daniel. He's been our senior environmental planner and our village biologist for a while. Recently, we had some staff turnover and some staff changes, and Daniel has been promoted to assistant planning director in the department. So you may, from time to time, see him here in my place when I'm not available or when he is presenting things to you. So I wanted to make that announcement and present Daniel. I don't know if he wants to say anything, if you want to.
I didn't have anything prepared.
Thank you.
So-
We'll consider you having arrived at the same time that the U.S. men's hockey team just came back in to the United States. So congratulations. That's wonderful. Okay, public comment. Do we have anybody in the audience that would like to make comment on anything other than what's on the agenda this evening? Seeing none, public comments closed, unless there's somebody on the television that I'm not aware of.
No.
Okay, thank you. Consent agenda. I didn't see any minutes. Did I miss the minutes? I had my copy of the minutes.
I have him here for you.
Okay, all right, that's fine. Did everybody get a chance to look through the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes.
Okay, do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion approved.
Thank you, sir. Second?
Second.
Thank you, gentlemen. May I have a vote on approval of that, please?
That was Tony first and then Greg.
Oh, sorry. Oh my God.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
and Greg Dully,
Yes.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes, thank you.
Motion passed 7-0.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, moving on. We have public hearings tonight on an ordinance to amend policy 1-3 1.3. Could we have that read for us, please, this evening? Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I would also like to make you all aware that items A and B are companion items, and so they can be heard at the same time. I would just like to advise you of that, and if you'd like, I can read them both.
Is everybody comfortable with everything being read at once, and we vote on it separately? Okay.
Yes?
Go
Okay.
ahead, thank you.
Of course. So item A, an ordinance of Islamorada, Village of Islands, Florida, amending policy 1-3.1.3, institute a program for transfer of development rights of the Islamorada Comprehensive Plan by amending procedures and eligibility criteria for the transfer of development rights, providing for the transmittal of this ordinance to the State Department of Commerce, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date upon approval of this ordinance by the State Department of Commerce. Moving to item B, an ordinance of Islamorada, Village of Islands, Florida, amending Village Code sections 30-504, quote, transfer procedure, end quote, to amend procedures and eligibility criteria for the transfer of development rights, TDRs, providing for the transmittal of this ordinance to the State Department of Commerce, providing for severability, providing for conflicts, providing for inclusion in the code, and providing for an effective date upon approval of this ordinance by the State Department of Commerce.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. Has everybody had a chance to read through the ordinances and get up to speed on where we are? We've discussed this before. We're sort of going back to what we had suggested previously. Do I hear any comments from anybody? Greg, would you like to start?
Madam Chair, this is actually different than what you discussed
Okay,
before.
so
if
do
you'd
I
like
have to
me-
give public comment first?
Well, but does anybody want, this is just about banking TDRs,
Okay.
and we didn't really discuss that previously, so I don't know if you want, I'm happy to not talk about it if you don't want to, but.
Let me ask show of hands. Does everybody know what banking a TDR means? Do we know
I think
bank-
she should
let's
discuss
start
it
with somebody-
anyway in case we have other people listening or want to talk about, or want to review the replay, our meeting, so.
Okay.
Okay. So as several of you may know, we have people in the village who own TDRs that, it may be holding up a sale of their property, or they may not have something to, or a unity of title or something, and they have no place to land these TDRs. So we've created a system now where hopefully people can, what we call bank the TDR with the village, where the village will hold the TDR for them indefinitely so that they can then do whatever they need to do with the real property underneath the TDR, but not lose the building right or not be forced to land the TDR somewhere where they don't want to. So the comp plan amendment just allows for that to happen, and then the LDR actually lays out the requirements that they would need to do. There's an application, a habitat analysis would be required, and they would have to put a GOSIA on the property. So it's pretty straightforward. People have been asking for this for a while. We're just now getting around to it. I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, and if you need more explanation, I can do that as well. So.
I'm ecstatic that it's finally being done after starting this in 2006, when we first wrote the TDR ordinance. So anybody else have any comments or questions? Lori?
I think it's a great idea. I think it'll maybe perhaps, God willing, open up some opportunities for the Florida Forever program, folks that have some properties that we'd like to put on that list, and maybe they have some TDRs on there that if they can move them off because it's environmentally sensitive, we could bank them and make a deal.
More importantly, I think it gives the opportunity, if you have a TDR, for it to be recognized in the community, so that you run out and get hit by the proverbial bus, and all of a sudden your family who has not been in town is going, what's this and what is this potential cloud on the title? So it has a way of being registered and filed, and we know where it is. So, all right, any further discussion from the board at this point? Do I have any commentary from the public, please, sir? Thank you, Mr. Harris.
Hi, Ty Harris, 110 Plantation Shores Drive. First, congratulations to staff for finally bringing this home. This has been a work in progress over multiple staffs, and to get to a point now where it's in front of LPA with a version that looks like it may accomplish a lot of things we want to see accomplished is kudos to staff and to Jennifer's group for doing that. The thing about the conservation properties, and Greg was touching on it and why this is so important, is that we keep telling everybody that has conservation land that there is value in the density on their property. But I challenge you to go find one density transfer in the last 20 years. Because remember, it can only be upland density, which means somebody actually has to survey that out if there's a portion of it as wet and dry. But the village has upland density when it bought the property in Venetian Shores. That is a commodity that they could put on the market. But if you're looking for ways to kind of put off, Bert J. Harris cases and other types of takings cases, if you can show that there's real value in that, that gives you a defense that you don't really have, because right now nobody's using it. So being able to bank it is important. The other component of that, of this banking system, and which I think is even probably more important, is that everybody that's in the business, whether it's real estate or law, engineering, everybody knows, building, that the TDRs that came with the original property, the underlying land gets sold, but the original owner holds on to the TDRs. And then that land may sell multiple times, but our application still requires the owner of the physical property to sign the TDR ordinance, not the owner of the TDR, which can create some very interesting problems down the road.
Especially without probate.
So if we're able to get this done, then hopefully we can rework our real estate contracts so we can compel people to put them in the bank, to keep these problems from happening that you've identified and that we've just discussed. So great job, staff, and I hope that you'll move this application or this change to the code and the comp plan forward. Thank you.
I think it cleans it up beautifully. Do we have any other comments from the public? Daniel, is there anything you want to say? Good. Anybody else on TV or telephone?
No.
Okay. Any other comments from the LPA? I'll entertain a motion to approve or disapprove.
If I may,
Oh, I'm sorry.
to interject.
I'm sorry.
We will need to have separate motions
Oh,
for the
I'm
separate items, although they are
You're right.
companions.
I apologize.
No, not at all.
Okay. Are we calling this Part A? Are we calling this part A?
Yes, we
Yes,
can
this
refer
is
to them
the
as Part A and Part
Do
B.
we have a motion to approve Part A of what's in front of us?
Well,
Okay,
I'm going to
Roger?
make a, Roger, you want to do it? I'll make a motion to approve the policy, the amendment of the policy of 1-3.1.3, the development of a banking system for development rights.
Thank you. Roger, second? Okay, thank you. All right, would you give us a roll call, please, ma'am?
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
Greg Dudley,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Okay. Moving on to Part B, correct? Okay. Do we have a motion to approve or act on Part B of the ordinance in
I think we
front of
should
us?
probably discuss some
you-
of the
oh, I'm
things.
sorry. Want to discuss some of
because-
this?
Well, there's some
Okay,
issues in here.
all right. All right. What would you like to discuss about Part B?
Well, not necessarily it's going to be me, but there might be somebody
I'm
else
sorry.
that's in here.
I keep
Like,
forgetting.
I'd like to clarify with regards to the conservation easement. Is that conservation easement going to encapsulate the entire parcel or only the parcel that would have habitat that would
Sorry,
necessitate it?
just to clarify, if we're going to reopen the discussion for Part B, we'll also reopen the public comment later on. So I just want to make the board aware if we're going to reopen the conversation for Part B.
And Lori, to answer your question, the GOC is only required on the tropical hardwood hammock on the sender site.
So does that mean that the landowner on the sender site would have to obtain a survey, a biological survey?
Yes, and a boundary survey
And a
that
boundary
matches.
survey.
Mhm. And then that GOC would be recorded during the application process of the banking.
On the sender site and the receiving site?
The sender, because the
Just-
receiving
just
site's
sender,
the
just
village as the
sender.
bank.
Okay. I want to make sure I heard that correctly. Okay. All right, Jimmy, you got anything else? Corey?
So I also have another question for you, Daniel. Sorry. I like to see you walk back and forth. It's so, one of the other criteria is that the sender site shall be maintained free of all invasive and exotic vegetation for the duration of which the TDR is banked with the village. Do you happen to have a policy or a process or a procedure in place in order to facilitate that requirement? Because obviously, that's...
As the properties get banked, it will become a part of a rotation that the biologist goes and surveys for invasive exotics. And if there's some found, then a notice would go out to the current owner with a timeline that they need to come into compliance.
So question for you, is this current sender site, before it's sold, being required to be cleared of those invasives?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we were clearing that first. Okay.
Are they required to be clear the structure too, or just?
Well, to bank, you would not have to, or you'd have to not have a primary structure. Mhm.
Okay.
Speaking from experience, most of these sender sites have a building that's already falling down for you, so it's much easier to just,
Well, I don't know, maybe they have like a partial building that's
Yeah.
sitting there. So.
yeah. We've done, most of the ones I've seen have been in pretty bad shape. But they have to be maintained safely, I remember that part. Having lived down the street from the Sands house after Hurricane Wilma for 6 years. So, Ms. Lalonde, any other questions?
No, no,
Okay.
Anybody else?
Mr. Hammond, sir?
Nope.
Mr. Dooley?
Nope.
Roger? Corey? All right. Any other questions from the, thank you. Any other questions from the public at this time? If there anybody on the video or the
No.
television we need to do? All right, at this time, if we're ready, I will entertain a motion to accept or not accept Part B of the ordinance in front of us this evening. Is that correct?
Yes, it's, to clarify, it's not Part B of the ordinance, they are separate ordinances.
Okay, separate.
So it's Part B of the agenda, but it is the second ordinance reflected on today's agenda.
Okay.
I move to approve the second ordinance or Part B of the agenda.
I'll second that motion to approve Part B.
Okay. Thank you.
Tony Hammond,
Yes.
Greg Dully,
Yes.
Corey Abel,
Yes.
Roger Young,
Yes.
James Ryan,
Yes.
Lori Lalonde,
Yes.
and Cheryl Culberson.
Yes.
Motion passed 7-0.
Is there anything else that the local planning agency members would like to bring forward at this time about future subjects or anything else of that nature? Anybody, anything in the back of their minds? Madam Attorney, do you have anything else that you'd like to bring forward to us?
I do not at this time.
Okay, Planning Director?
Just that we don't have anything scheduled for our March meeting, and today was the deadline for advertising, so it looks like we will be canceling the March meeting.
Oh, that's too bad. Should I work on that?
It's too late now, so whatever goes on will be for April.
Okay, all right. Anything else anybody here needs to discuss that this August buddy needs to deal with? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that motion.
Okay, everybody vote by leaving. Thank you, everyone.